All right, hello everyone. Welcome to your spirit message that you need to hear now. If you are here, that means that there is a message in this video for you. But it is a general reading, so generally it will apply to you and it will apply to people generally. So the whole message could be for you, but it may not. But this is the spirit message meant for you now. It is meant to come to you at the most divine timing to give you the messages that you need to hear through this card reading. So I'm going to start with tarot and then we will look into the oracle cards. Tarot can be a little bit, more it could be more brash and to the point, and then the oracle cards kind of let us end on a good note, I hope. So that is what this is. So I'm going to go ahead and tune in and we are going to get started. So here we go. Okay, I don't read these ones reversed, so I will turn that over. I feel like, this is a message from the divine. It's important what we do with this message. We need to handle it wisely. And handling it wisely, we will end up the balance. I feel like balance and harmony. Taking the divine messages and bringing them into balance and harmony with wise decision will allow your light to shine. So I feel like, like I would tell you, you need to shine your light. And if you ask me, well, how do I shine my light? The answer would be to bring yourself into balance and wise decision, be wise about the steps that you're taking. I also feel like prophecy is unfolding. I mean, I feel like these are prophetic times, and you're meant to be strong and to move in harmony. As you move in harmony with yourself, you'll be able to shine your light and to bring into fruition what this world needs. These are divine times. I want you are being divinely inspired, and you need to take the inspiration and be wise about how you act on it. And this is like balancing heaven and earth, balancing the physical and the spiritual into divine alignment. And I think all things happen in a reading for a reason. My battery's going dead, so I'm going to pause the reading here and I will pick up with it later, but for you, it will just be a blip. I'm just letting you know because it's happening in this reading for a reason, and we'll talk about that after the blip. All right? All right, so I'm back. It might just have been a blip for you, but I am back, and I do think that is significant. If you are running on a low battery, stop, notice, and replenish yourself. I took my camera and I put it on the charger, and I went and I took time to meditate, and I was going to eat my lunch after this reading, and I decided to go ahead and eat my lunch before the reading. And I also took time to meditate so that my battery could charge up. So I do believe that is significant for somebody in this reading. If you are noticing that you are running on low battery, stop. Take the time to recharge. You don't have to fully recharge. I didn't fully recharge my camera. I did get it above 50% though. And move forward with that, with the idea that I am going to take the time to make sure that it is fully recharged once everything that needs to be done is done. Okay? So I do believe that was a message for somebody here. And that is part of the balance and the wise decision and the choices that we move forward with. And that naturally makes our light shine. So let's read with the Tarot of Dreams and see if what else comes out. Hi, beloveds. I feel like we are in prophetic times for sure. We are definitely in prophetic times. I feel like for a lot of us, our world is flipped, turned upside down. It feels like that for a lot of us. And part of the reason is because we are focused on what is flipped and turned upside down, if that makes sense. We are allowing ourselves to be flipped. And whenever we give ourselves the time and the space that we need, which I think is another reason why that pause was so significant in this reading, to bring forth the message and the understanding to be wise with your decisions and to not allow the chaos of the world to infiltrate and to bring you down. I feel like this is saying that you feel disempowered because the world is up in flames. But at the same time, I feel like these are prophetic times. This is a judgment day kind of sorts. And I feel like you have the wrong perspective. And I want to fix that perspective for you, but I also feel like it is not mine to fix in this reading. But it is mine to point out that a perspective change will give you a deeper understanding of your meaning and purpose in these times and how you can align yourself more fully. And I do feel like we will get more guidance as the reading goes along to understand, because I desperately want to be able to flip this around. I feel like the world can be flipped, turned upside down, but you must align yourself in your own righteousness, which means you need to ask for forgiveness where it needs to be made, restitution where it needs to be made. And for some, that may mean you can't go necessarily to the person, and even if you did, they would reject you. And it's not about whether or not they accept you or reject you. It's about whether or not you're humble enough to go and admit that you were wrong and that you want to make it right. And if they say, yeah, you were wrong, stay away from me, I won't let you make it right, that is okay too. You then get to turn around and make it right from then on with yourself. And that is what helps you get back into righteousness, that will help you to walk in the proper alignment to be able to shine your light and be the star that you're meant to be in these prophetic times. I feel like this is just a simple perspective adjustment, but it's not mine to adjust. So, and it's about wise decision and balancing properly. So we're going to leave this here, right here, how it is, because I feel like that is the state, and I don't want to force you into, because it's not, you can't force into it. And if I do, it would backfire on all of us. So be where you are and be true to you and where you are. All right, and let's go to the Journey Tarot and see if we can get any further confirmations, understandings of the process that's going on here. Which, I mean, things have to fall before things can be built, but we are going to be able to start building. I feel like we have 4 years, guys. We have 4 years to figure out what's going to be built and to start building it. To make... You know what? I did not plug in the microphone. Sorry about that. I hope you guys have been able to hear me well. So yeah, we have 4 years. I'm going to replace the microphone so it'll be a blip for you again. All right, and once again, the mic wasn't working. So yeah, we need to pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on around you. You know, I caught it early because I was paying attention. So the first that we will pull from is this one. Let's see, I do believe this is the Star Dragon Oracle deck. Yes, the Star Dragon Oracle deck. Let's see what the dragons are coming through to say. Invention, burning with passion. This makes me think of the Knight of Wands that came out, that told us that the way through is to focus on our passion and what lights us up. That we need to focus what lights us up. And this card is usually about if you don't pour it out, it's going to consume you. Like, it's like, the passion is overtaking you and you have to let it out. When if you don't let it out healthily now, it will be let out unhealthily soon. But I do feel like that might be a message for someone in here. But I really feel like this one is coming through in a different way. It's like, it's time to grab that fire. It's time to move by that fire. But in a wise way, of course. Don't let it out in destructive ways unless you are at something that needs to be destroyed. I feel like that might be a message for someone out there, a confirmation. But don't allow it to consume you. You want to be able to love you for your actions at the end of the day. Make sure that what you do with integrity and love in your heart, and act from your passion. Allow your passions to move forward. Allow it to spark you to move into a new future. I'm also hearing strongly to speak your truth, to stand in your power, that it is time, and don't be ashamed for that. Like, it's a completely different thing. You should be ashamed if you put someone down, if you're tearing others down, if you're destroying good progress, but you should never be ashamed for speaking your truth to someone that would tear you down. That's two completely different things. You should be grateful and proud of yourself for being willing to stand up in your truth. I want you to feel good about that. But also make sure that you move with integrity and love. You want to move with that love. And honestly, this is a time for looking forward, no looking back. Looking back is over. It's a time for looking forward and moving forward. I feel like the dragon realm is coming through and saying, move forward into the destiny that you know is awaiting you. It's time. It's time, beloveds. You got this. All right, beloveds. Woo, that was intense. The next oracle message that I'm going to pull from, this one is the Hidden Realms Oracle deck. So let's see what comes out with the Hidden Realms with these little fairies on here. Isn't it beautiful? Let's see what message we get for them. Yeah, Arrow Master. I mean, I don't think that it could get any more clearer. It's time for you to point your arrow, point your future where it wants to go, and start focusing on that. It's now time for you to focus on your mark, to set your mark and to focus on your mark. You know, it's like on your mark, get set. That's where we are. All right. So on your mark, get set. It's time. And hold the line. There's a thing about holding the line, and also detaching. Ironically, you detach from, once you release that arrow, you let it go. You let it go, and it lands where it's going to land. Detach from the outcome. And there's a need to hold the line. Love and trust the process is coming through. Love and trust the process. But yes, Trust that you will hit the mark because you aimed for the mark, because you did your best to shoot for the mark. Okay? You didn't look back. You didn't flinch. You moved with that inner light, that inner fire. You set your mark. You pulled back. You gave it your all. And then trust. Release. Let go and trust. Hold the line. I'm not exactly sure what that is coming through, but it keeps coming through. Hold the line. You got this. On your mark, get set. We're gonna go. All right, next, I do believe this is the Shadow Realms. Or Shadows of Light. Yes, this is the Shadows of Light Oracle deck. See what other message we got. Is there a message from the shadows for us? So this came out in reverse, and I typically would not read it reverse, but I am kind of feeling it reverse. And I think that the reversal is coming through, that it's hard for us to see the guidance that is offered. I feel like we are being guided. I mean, this reading is it not guidance that is being offered? It feels like it's hard to take the guidance. There's a block in this. There's a block. Let's see if I can get. Do you see this? It says now. So what I'm hearing, and look, it's 36:37. Wow, I did shuffle it up too. I know you guys heard that. So I feel like it's saying you are being guided. You're being guided step by step, and your power is in the now. Now is where your power is. So use the now wisely. And trust that each new now will guide you to the next new now that will help you to be able to hit that mark. Because there's a trust that is needed. It is like coming through strongly that a trust is needed. So follow your inner light. Trust that step by step you will be guided. Know that your power is in the now, and you will hit the mark. You will hit the mark. I'm sorry, but I feel like I have to say it one more time. You will hit the mark. You will hit the mark. If you're willing to follow your passion, allow it to light you up and be guided step by step, remembering your power is in the now. All right, beloveds. Moving on to the next oracle that we have, it looks like we are going to get a Lemurian message. So this is a message from our ancestors that will come through. Let's see. Yeah. Got the Lemurian deck here. Let's see what message comes through from our ancestors to help us on this path. This is a card where I feel like, we are divinely supported. This card makes me think of the Fool card, if you are familiar with tarot. This is like starting a new journey, being willing to start a new journey, not quite understanding, but taking the leap anyway, taking the step, and also being supported spiritually, and understanding that your support system is more than this physical world would seem to offer. I feel like this is also, it's like saying to follow your divine spark. And again, this future forward looking. It is not a time to look in the past. Looking back will only make you salty and not see where you're meant to go. It is now time to look forward and to move forward and to continue forward, trusting and believing in your inner spark. As long as you have that, you follow it, you cultivate it, you nurture it, you will be okay, and you will make it to where you're meant to go. Maybe not to where you're going, but you'll get somewhere. And it may just be better than what you could have imagined. All right, let's read what it says. The violet flame. As we deepen our spiritual path, step out of illusionary constructs and become empowered beings, life presents more opportunities to grow than ever before. Your sensitivity will be heightening, so it may be harder to spend time in places with certain energies. Do you have a range of accessible go-to practices for recentering, cleansing your aura, and protecting your energy field? A routine for psychic fitness will keep your aura strong and resilient, your energy sovereign, and your vibration high, and help you to see through illusions that block or disorient. Bring the violet flame into your meditation and self-care practices for graceful rebalance. And I feel like that brings us all the way back to the beginning of this reading, that balance is what's going to help us step into our power. Beloveds, I feel like that is the reading here. I feel like you have everything that you need to know. Be brave. Step out there. Shine your light. And blind them if you have to. Know that your power is in the now. And if you focus on the mark and you let the past go, you can get somewhere that's worth being. I believe that strongly. All right, beloveds, I do believe that that is the message. That is the full message for this spirit message. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want, you can check out my website at celestialgrove.academy. But thank you so much for being here. Please remember to take what resonates, to leave the rest, and walk in love out there, you guys. All right, a bonus one here at the end. I know I put in there that we were going to do one from Goddess Provisions, and then I did not. I felt like that was the perfect ending, and it just felt perfect. But I feel like there's some people out there that noticed, and y'all were meant for this. So I'm going to give y'all a little reading from the Goddess Provision Oracle deck real quick. Just a little bonus one here at the end. Let's see what we get. Watermelon, heart healing. You are healing your heart. Be honest, determined, and focused. That focus is still coming out. Yes, find sanctuary within the turbulence. Find your own sanctuary to be able to heal your heart and to stay focused and determined. It's time to follow your inner compass. Follow your inner compass. Protect your focus. Protect what you're focusing on. And you will be able to heal your heart by following your inner compass and your inner sanctuary. Find a way to love yourself. Give yourself space to love yourself. You need space for self-love. Self-love is coming through. Root down to rise up. Root down to rise up. Your heart is healing. Root in the healing so that you can rise and be in your emperor self. You will be able to heal your heart, root down, and rise up. And this will change your fortune. Your fortune will change by you healing your heart, following your inner compass, being willing to focus and protect your focus on your strength and giving yourself a sanctuary and time for self-love, and your fortune will change. All right, beloveds, that is a little add-on reading for all those that noticed the goddess provisions was missing. Thank you so much. And as always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and walk in love.